Start in child's pose. So come to your knees. Your knees can be together, wide apart, toes to touch. Send your hips back to your heels. And then just drape your chest over your knees or between your legs. First, let your arms just come out in front of you, relaxed. And then pressing down through your upper arms, through your elbows, bring your hands above your head, hands to touch, fingertips up towards the sky, or maybe even reaching back behind you. Keep rolling your shoulder blades down your back, getting a deep stretch in your triceps and perhaps in your upper back as well. Still try to let your head be heavy and soften your neck. And then release your hands back out in front of you. Regular child's pose, most common variation. Then press up to your hands and knees. Make sure that you've got a straight line from your wrists to your elbows to your shoulders and your knees are below your hips. On your inhale, drop your belly, lift your hips and your heart, maybe gaze upward for cow pose. And on your exhale, press through your hands and your knees, arch your back, gaze through your knees, cat. Inhale, drop your belly, find space across your collarbones as you expand. And on your exhale, contract everything in the front side of your body, expanding the back side. One more time, either side, your breath. Inhale takes you to cow. Exhale takes you to cat. And then come back to a neutral. And then sit back on your heels. You want to keep your toes tucked for this. So reach back and use your fingertips to even pull your pinky toe under a little bit. Yes. And then sit your hips back onto your heels and have your shoulders above your hips. So if this starts to feel uncomfortable at any point, untuck your toes. But for right now, this is a good stretch for the arch of your foot, and it's also a good stretch for the top of your foot. All right. So you're back onto your hands and knees here. Flip your right hand so that your fingertips are facing in towards you. Bend your right elbow really, really, really deeply, and then start to curl your fingers into a fist. Yes, then start to straighten your right elbow. Go slowly. It's going to get really intense, maybe very quickly. So be sure to move really, really slowly. Don't go to any place of pain. Just stay where there's some sensation. Breathe through it. And then start to re-bend your right elbow. Unloosen your fingertips once again. Come back on your heels. Take a couple circles with your right wrist. One way, then the other way. And then come back down onto your hands. This time, left hand palm up, fingertips in towards you. Bend your elbow really deeply. Pull your fingers and your thumb into a really tight fist, as tight as you can get it. And then on this arm, start to straighten your left elbow. Again, moving slowly. Keep pressing down through the back of your hand as you lift up through your elbow. Don't allow your breath to become shallow. Let it still be deep. Again, notice the difference between sensation and pain. Anything that's uncomfortable just because it's new, or something that's uncomfortable because there's a problem, in which case just back off. Okay, then rebend your left elbow, unfurl your fingertips, come back up, take your wrist in circles, a couple directions. And if your toes are still tucked, you can untuck them if it's more comfortable for you. Flip both of your hands around, palms down, but your fingertips are in towards you, your thumbs towards the back. Start to set your hips back towards your heels like you're coming into a child's pose. You probably won't make it all the way. And you're going to feel some intense stretching through the inside of your forearm of both of your arms. Still keep the palm of both hands firmly pressed. Relax your jaw and your forehead and your neck. All right, and then come right back up. Take some circles with your wrists even towards your elbows. Let it all go. So still sitting up on your knees, again, toes tucked or untucked. Now it's just whatever's your personal preference. Then reach your arms out in front of you so your palms are up, thumbs out towards the side. Plug your shoulders in towards their sockets. Pull your low belly in and up, drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Lift up to the crown of your head. So first, just stay here. Then on your next inhale breath, bring your arms out towards the side so your thumbs are reaching behind you. Keep your low belly in. Chest pulled in, reaching up, low ribs pulled in. Hold here. Find that stretch across the front of your chest. And then on your next inhale, bring your arms back up towards the sky, palms facing toward each other. Exhale, release your arms out in front of you. Again, palms still up. Inhale to draw out towards the side, broaden through your chest, low belly in, hold for your exhale. Inhale, draw up to the sky. Exhale out in front of you. 2 more times like this. Inhale takes it out behind you, thumbs reaching behind you. Keep your spine strong. Lift up your arms on an inhale. Exhale to reach toward the front of the room. Last time, inhale takes it towards the back of the room. Hold for the exhale, making it even deeper. Inhale up. Exhale towards the front. And then just release your hands down, maybe taking some circles in your wrists and your elbows again. Perfect. So bump over on one hip and bring both legs in front of you, toes to touch, toes and heels to touch. And then you're going to have your knees out wide. If you want to make this a little bit more intense, take your fingertips behind you, lift up your hips, then move yourself a little bit closer in towards your heels. If not, then you're perfectly fine. Take your hands to the outsides of your feet. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, and on your exhale, start to tilt forward, keeping a straight back. If you feel like you start to round a little bit, just back out a little bit. If this feels way too intense on your inner thighs, you can place a pillow underneath each of your knees. Give yourself a little bit of support. And find the tiniest distance more as you exhale. You can sink a little further. 3 more breaths here. Try to find the softness in this pose. And then once you've completed that breath, start to lift yourself back up. Take your hands behind you, lift up your hips and set you away from your heels. If you took that closer distance, hands to the backs of your knees, bring them back up together. And then release your feet out in front of you. Just give them a little shake, maybe a little wobble from side to side. Perfect. Next pose is legs up wall. So you are going to position yourself against a wall, a flat surface. You're going to put your left or right hip up against the wall. Kind of lean over onto your side and then rotate your body up so that your back is on the ground, your legs are up. There you go. So here you're just going to let all of the blood rush out of your legs, out of your feet. You can have your arms wide here or have one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Any variation here is acceptable. Stay here for as long as you like. Namaste.